All right, I just got back from the thrift store and I found this Kodak VR35. It is the the K40 variant. It is a DX coated little slide mechanism point and shoot camera with a pop-up flash. I tossed some batteries in it just to make sure that it works, and let's see, have that open. That works there. If we flip the flash up, I do believe that works as well. But the only problem with it is that the leatherette, or the skin for the grip on this part of the camera, is coming off a little bit. I think we should take care of that. I've got just the material that will work for this thing. Really quick little easy tutorial on how to do this, at least if you have the existing skin. That makes things super helpful. And come on, let's get to it. Okay, so here we have the camera. Everything works, everything functions as it should, but we've got this crappy little grip situation going on here. So the first thing you want to do is you would like to, or you should, remove the old grip and try to keep it intact to the best of your abilities. So now we have this right here. It has some adhesive on one side, which really isn't too bad, but it might actually help us a little bit in this. So next up, we got to grab our material. Okay, here we have some fabric. It's pretty thin to work with. I think I got this at Joann Fabrics or Michael's or something along those lines. The brand is the Ribbon Boutique. It's a snakeskin wide faux ribbon polyester fabric. So we're gonna take the plastic off here, and it's just a fabric backed 8-inch by 2-foot roll. And what we're gonna do here, because we need this to be exactly like this, we're just gonna lay that on top there. I'm actually gonna make sure that we have a nice working surface, and if we have any straight edges, it's good to go off of those. So line up that bottom edge and make sure that we are flush with the right side there. And press that on and make sure that it sticks. And we can just cut around it. Okay, so I have my crappy kitchen scissors here, but what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to roughly cut around it. Try not to waste too much material. And now, if we go over to get a little bit more light, I'm gonna be able to trim around it. Make sure to get all the corners looking nice. And make sure not to cut the original material, just in case we need to use it as a template again. Take your time with this, there's no rush. You could always use a lighter to get all the little pieces of fuzz off of the edges afterwards. But now we have this. The edges are mostly straight. I'll probably trim that up a little bit. The best that I can with some scissors. So now we can remove this from our previous material and see how this fits on there. So I went ahead and cut out a second template that has a bit more of a plastic-like backing to it. This is some old Burberry stuff that I had laying around from a past custom, but I think I really enjoy the way that this sits rather than the super fabric-y, flimsy stuff. This also has some straight lines in the design, which lends to the style of the camera being very boxy and whatnot. So I think I might go with this one instead. They're very similar in thickness, but this one will probably just sit a little bit better on the camera. I might try to clean up that corner a little bit more with an X-Acto blade, but I'm pretty happy with how this came out. Okay, we are back again. I unfortunately ran out of glue. However, you will note that I am using crazy glue or super glue with this, and that's because on this side here, where the front part or the first part of the leatherette or the grip that I was putting on, there's no screws. So I'm just going to be really careful around the 2 screws that we have here and here, just so that we don't get those gunked up with glue. And I'm going to make sure that we are in good shape for the rest of it. So I think we will just make sure that it has a nice light coat on there. So I'm just pressing down on it right now, make sure everything seals up nicely. And I'm gonna get that real quick. And just like that, you've got yourself a new grip. Pretty happy with how it came out. I'm gonna keep this just in case I decide I want to switch it up. But for the time being, we're good to go. Now I think it just needs a pretty thorough cleaning because it's pretty gross in here and up here and all that fun stuff. But it's a pretty decent working camera and I'm happy to have this one.